What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Check Swing Podcast with myself. Of course, my man, Coach Santa, all the way down in
Baltimore, having big fun.
Yes, he is down in Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore. Love me some Baltimore. Um, it's been a couple weeks since we've been on, so of course I want to get right into it. But what I got to do first is ask my people how they been. So, Miguel,
Sir.
how you been?
Well, I recently celebrated my 46th birthday. Um, all I can say is ow. And yeah, but I will say I managed to spend Thanksgiving and my birthday with someone special. So that's what truly matters.
That's good business. That's good business. That's good business. Yeah, happy belated birthday, man. I was all ready last week to tell you happy birthday and all that good stuff. And then, life happens. We didn't have a show last week. I was like, all right, maybe I'll do it for next week. And then I forgot until you just said something just now. So did you just play a sound?
I was cute. I was trying to cue something up.
Okay. 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 But yes, everybody, welcome to the Check Swing Podcast with myself and my course, Coach Santa over there. And if this is your first time checking out this show, first and foremost, welcome. Welcome. Um, with that being said, this is the Check Swing Podcast. And, a check swing is a baseball term, right? But we don't just talk about baseball. We are baseball coaches that talk about baseball, but we don't just talk about baseball. And if you are a fan of sports, you can definitely follow our show because you don't have to know all the X's and O's, and you don't know how to have to pick and seal down low. You don't have to know how to throw a curveball. You don't have to know who the linebacker is supposed to be covering when you're watching the game to actually be able to follow our show. We have some fun with it. We bring you some stories. We bring you some situations. We bring you some topics, and we bring you some entertainment. But with all that being said, you all right over there, man?
Yes, sir.
With all that being
Let's do this. I swear for Jesus, I'm not doing this on purpose.
okay, all right, I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm not. I forgot what I was about to say. I'm gonna try it
Okay.
one more time. Um. Oh yeah, I remember now. Um. You can call us with your opinions of what we talk about or things that's going on in the sports world. You can hit us up at 669-275-0548. And the phone lines are open right now. Or, of course, if you don't want to call us and be on air, you can text us on our text line at 484-606-6061. You see there we go. You see the number down there, bottom of the screen. I will put it up there so you can actually see it during the entire show. There you go. Um, and hit us up. Let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts on some of the things we're talking about. And let's get into it because I want to get into it. Been chomping at the bit. It's been 2 weeks. Miguel, you know where I'm going, right? No, no way we can start a show today and not start off by talking about the EAGLES Eagles.
can we start talking about the offensive coordinator's house getting egged first?
You want to talk about that first? All right, let's talk about that first. Let's talk about that first. I mean, if you don't know, if you somebody may not be in Philadelphia, I don't know how widely this story was covered. I'm sure probably all over the country, but um, what Miguel is referring to is after the game on Friday where the Eagles lost to the Bears. Um, Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, the offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo's house was vandalized. They threw eggs at his house. It was like they said it was like 5 or 6 people, 6, 7 people, something like that. Um, in his at his home in Morristown, New Jersey. Morristown, New Jersey is a very nice area. It's a very nice area. You will catch professional athletes, entertainers, um, people that just have enough money to live in Morristown. You'll see them out there. Now it's not necessarily Bel Air. It's not Bel Air. Don't get me wrong, but it's a nice area. A place you wouldn't mind living, raising your family. Um, Personally, I feel like it puts a bad rap on Eagles fans. You already know we have a bad rap already. Miguel, when you heard this story, I'm sure you were in
Baltimore having big fun.
quite possibly. And did you hear about it on Saturday? Or no, when did I hear? I feel like I heard about it on Monday. Sunday night, Monday, maybe.
I heard about it on Saturday, but there was no footage of it yet. It was just a rumor. I don't know if it was Adam Schefter, but there were rumors on the NFL fan or the Eagles fan pages about his house being vandalized. It didn't just it didn't. It was kind of a vague thing. And then I saw the video. I think it had come out like Sunday or Monday. Um, but see, there's an opportunity being missed here.
And what's that?
We got to look at the footage from the ring cam if he has a ring cam to see how good their throwing arms were. You know what I mean? Get them a tryout. You know what I mean? See, if we can work something out, maybe as Hurts is backup. But
Well, it really doesn't matter because the ring camera won't let us know if they know how to read a defense.
is that where you're going tonight?
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't going to go there.
Is that what
Wasn't
you're
going to go
doing?
there.
Are you
Yeah.
doing the passive aggressive thing?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I actually really meant that generally, but then after I said it, I was like, well, that might fit a little bit. I'm not sure. It might fit a little bit, because I really did not. I really did not say that to be that
You,
guy.
but you know what made it sound like you were going to be that guy? The very long pause after the statement.
Because that's when I was realizing what I said.
He's like, and I should not have said that.
That was
Okay,
in the moment when I realized what I had said, what it just came from my mind.
understood.
Um, but I mean, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. If they could read the defense, we might want to. Nah, not that.
Well,
Nah. I'm not doing that.
there's only a few people that are really talking about the real issue at hand with the Eagles, and I don't think it. I think it has more to do with the fact that, and I think I might have mentioned to you a couple times, not re-signing Makai Becton on your offensive line, who was probably one of the best guards on our team last year, letting him walk and putting someone in who just is just not as good. It explains why Saquon doesn't have a good running game. It explains when you see Hurts rolling out, a lot of times he's rolling out early. Because
Mhm.
I know there's all this footage of him. Oh, he's not. There's a guy sitting there wide open. But when you're looking at what's going on the line of scrimmage, if you see somebody to your left getting, penetrating the offensive line, your eyes go off that receiver and you're trying to, maneuver to, you know what I mean? It's so nuanced. It's not as simple as he can't read a defense. I flat out will never believe that.
They say your eyes go down.
Your eyes go down. You're not looking downfield, and now with all the receivers out, now they got to come back in and adjust. That's where the issue, because I think it's less on the offensive coordinator, it's less on Jalen Hurts, it's less on the receivers, but more on the offensive line. Everything starts with the line. Everything starts with the interior. If there are any holes in the interior, if there's any holes in your foundation, then you're not going to be effective, efficient, all of the above.
You're absolutely right. And I know we've said it here over the last couple weeks about the offensive line is not really. It's not really doing what we have come to be accustomed I feel like I'm about to say it wrong. Be accustomed of them doing. We kind of been spoiled, Miguel. Like, think if you think about it, like we've really been spoiled. Like, when's the last time the offensive line's been like really bad? Like, it's been a
Well,
while.
it's been a while, but there were segments where, like, Kelsey missed a game here or there. Lane Thomas or Lane Johnson missed a couple games here. So there's been games where but we've been able to adjust, or we had really viable backups. And I
Mm.
think at this point, when you lose, Kelsey to retirement, 2 or 3 years ago, I mean, Cam Jurgens is a viable replacement, but he's hurt flat out. And the worst injury for an offensive lineman to have is a back injury, and that's what he's been dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
Landon
having a back
Dickerson.
injury in football is like having an elbow injury in baseball or as a pitcher.
Landon Dickerson, with his injury early in the year, decided to push through
Right.
as opposed to missing the season. Um, Very commendable. But he's not. He hasn't been this year. He's been pushing through. He's literally been pushing through injuries and pain. And probably 80, 70, 60% Landon Dickerson is better than 100% of some people, right? But we're just not getting what we're used to getting. And a lot of people are saying like, yeah, Saquon is definitely taking a step back. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Because if a defender is basically tackling Saquon at the moment that he receives the ball on a handoff, there's not much he can do about that.
Right.
I don't care
And
if you're Jim Brown. Not
Right,
much.
and I think a lot of it is it's just emotion. I'm being from Philadelphia. You and I both. We know how some Eagles fans, get, but when it comes to the nuances again, if he's already being hit 3 lines behind the line of scrimmage, is that Saquon not losing a step, or is the fact that no one is blocking on their assignment,
Right.
whatever the case may be?
It's very it's a lot, man. It's a
But
lot. It's a lot with this team. So
yeah,
let's like we already talked about the line, right? And the line, like you said, it starts with the line, but it leads to everything else. So the line is part of the offensive problems. I do believe that, and I hate it because I'm a excuse me, I'm a fan. I've been a fan since he was in college. I do believe that there's a bit of a jailing problem too. And I don't think it's a lot of what people are talking about, but I think it's more of kind of what along the lines of what you said. You're looking downfield, but now you kind of got to look to make sure you're not going to get killed in the pocket, right? His stepping up in the pocket is not really stepping up. It's kind of more so getting out of dodge. It's kind of what it is. What up, cuz? Goose said, what up? Goose said, yo.
Ooh!
I got to holler at Goose too, because I got quite, I'm not going to put his business out there.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to put your business out there, cuz. But I have been meaning to contact you and ask you, how do you do what you did where you was? What? And I know everybody's like, what happened? I'm not going to put his business out there. He can put his business out there on the 10-7 show when we have the 10-7 show. Y'all can watch that and see it. I'm just like, oh man. But let's move on. He
Yeah, I
might
wish
he
I knew
might
what you're talking about.
fans. Um when you look at replays, when they show the replays, because I'm not one of them people that goes back and looks at I pays for to watch the all 22 or whatever it's called. Um, I don't even know that I would know exactly what I'm looking at with the all 22. I mean, I know I'm looking at the game, but I'm not knowing what I'm looking for. Maybe you would, Miguel, because you have that football experience. You were a lineman. Linemen are, to me, especially the center. Were you a center?
I was a center guard. Yeah.
To me, that's the equivalent of the point guard on a basketball court, because I mean, like the quarterback center combination is kind of like the point guard. Like you're calling out coverages, you're reading the defense just as much as the quarterback is reading the defense. Um, why was I going there? I'm sitting there reading stuff while I'm talking. Um, but it's funny because people say Jalen holds on to the ball too much, too long. But then they're like, he doesn't run. He doesn't want to run anymore. And we've heard that before in this city. A quarterback that doesn't want to run as well, he doesn't want to run as much. But that's what makes him dangerous. Um, the defense. I'm sorry, let me go back. When you watch the replay, that's where I was going. When you watch the replays, you see guys wide open. It's like he's not going through his progress. You see, there was a play, I think it was AJ Brown across the middle, wide open.
Right.
And he threw it somewhere else and didn't make the play.
But here's the thing, right? And I get what you're saying. And I know the exact play you're talking about because I think AJ was open, and I think even Goddard was open in the seam.
Yes.
Would have been a touchdown.
Yep.
However, think about it like this, right? And at that point, that was what later in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're later in the game, maybe third, maybe
I think it was second half. I don't know how late, but I think it was second half.
Either way, it's later in the game. All game long, you've been having trouble. So as soon as you snap, as soon as you get the ball and you look up, and you may see AJ Brown, but then as he's crossing over, now you see two blitzers coming in. You no longer are looking. Again, it goes back. You're not looking downfield. Now you're looking to try to at least move the pocket, as they say, to the right or to the left. And I think on that play, he had to move to his left. And when you're this way, you can't simply just turn and throw. You're going to get sacked. So now he has to throw to his, what is it, the left side. He has to go to his left. That's all he can. That's all he has as an option because he can't come back over and throw. It happens if you ever play Madden and you see somebody coming up the middle. You have like people open down, but as soon as the quarterback moves, he can't go like that. You know what I mean? It's just an awkward move, like a basketball move, right? But when I looked at what was, people need to look less at what the wide receivers are doing and look at what's happening at the line. You have to look at it from the quarterback's eyes, not from Fox or from CBS. You have to look at
It's
what's
easy
going
to
on.
see the guy that, yeah, you're absolutely right.
It is because again,
the perspective.
It's about the perspective. And yes, I saw it too. I'm like, they're both wide open. So here, look at the difference between the Chicago Bears game. We'll compare it to the Super Bowl. What was the one thing that Hurts had in the Super Bowl that he hasn't had much this year?
Time.
For him to throw the dagger play to Devontae to literally close out the Super Bowl, he had time. He had time to do the fake handoff, the play action. He had time to see Devontae. He had time to actually step into the throw and air it out and probably throw the best touch pass in Eagles history. He doesn't have that kind of time anymore. And I'm not being an apologist for Hurts. There are some parts to his game that, like, I think I still trust him because he's not careless with the football, even though there was that one fumble on the tush push. But
Which should have been a fumble because forward progress had been stopped.
Whatever the case may be.
Just being a fan.
And he is right. And he was one fumble away from winning his first Super Bowl. Had it not been for that fumble in the first Super Bowl, we would be talking about our third Super Bowl. So he's very careful with the football. And even with Patullo, I think again, you have to scheme not for the offensive theory that you as a coach have. You have to scheme for the offensive line that you're stuck with. That's why, and you and I've always talked about. I don't like coaches in any sport that like have a sort of a scheme or thing, because then you have to have like a specific type of player, and that's why the Eagles wiped out, all the Andy Reid players from the Chip Kelly era because he needed a specific type of player because he only knew one system, and that's why Chip Kelly's football career is over. But you have to be able to coach to the situation. And the Eagles have a situation on their offensive and arguably their defensive line that is causing the main disruption in the offense.
Hit us up on the phone line with your opinions 669-275-0548, or of course if you just want to text us and let us know what you're thinking, you can hit us up on the text line at 484-606-6061. Those numbers will be down there at the bottom of the screen for the majority of the show, so you can chime in at any time. Now, with all that being said that we just said, the Tulo house, the offensive line problems, the offensive problems, Jalen's problems, the defensive. Oh, we didn't talk about the defensive problem. I'm moving too far ahead. We didn't talk about defensive problems. Defense has given up like 800 yards over the past 2 games. This defense that we were excited about after the Packers game and after the Lions game, when you held the Packers to 10 points and or the Lions to 10 points and the Packers, whatever it was. Then you go up 21-0 on the Cowboys. Can't score anymore. Defense gives up all the rest of the points of the game. You lose that game, and I'm not blaming the defense there because one, the defense. I mean, let's be honest. I just want to say this: for the defense has to do their job. They have a job to do. They have to do their job. They have to execute. If they're not executing their job, teams are scoring. The defense was put in some bad situations in that Dallas game. They just were. They were put in bad situations, turnovers in places that you don't want to turn. You don't want to turn the ball over ever, but you definitely don't want to turn the ball over on your part of the field, on your side of the 50. So the defense, really the offense was shooting the defense in the foot, and special teams was shooting defense in the foot, giving them bad field position, that bad defensive field position. Plus, they would have to go. They would make a stop, been on the field for a while, and then the ball gets turned over. They got to go back out there. That defense was worn out against Dallas. They're worn out against Dallas. Chicago, they were not worn out. Chicago wore them out. Those running backs wore the Chicago running backs wore the Eagles defense out. I don't know if I've ever watched a game where 2 running backs ran all over the Eagles defense like that, even when the Eagles were trash. I don't know if I've ever. I don't remember. Maybe I blocked it out of my mind. Miguel, you see the game from a perspective that I don't. Is the defense concerning? Should we be concerned with it? Oh, by the way, y'all, I just want to put this out there because I never do really early in the show. Miguel said he's stumping me today, and he said there's no way I'm getting this one. So make sure y'all stick around to see what he has set me up with that I'm not going to get. But Miguel, the defensive issues, you got the floor.
So for this particular game, it comes down to one thing, and Jihad Kimball did not play. He only played on special teams. Jihad Campbell, I believe, if you look at the stats, is right now, or at some point, was rated the 6th best defensive linebacker in the NFL.
Really?
Did not start. I get that him and Nakobe Dean, because Nakobe Dean's coming back from injury. Nakobe Dean's a beast. He was a beast before the injury. He's a beast now. But to not start him, this is the result of that. That I blame that one on Fangio, because there's no reason to not start him other than I believe him and Nakobe Dean play the same position. What is it? The same or the Mike? No. Was it weak side, strong side position? The same position. But and I get that Braun was a middle linebacker when he came over from New Orleans, but he plays better on the outside. So my thing is then move Jihad or N'Kobe Dean to the middle, unless there's something they're not good at being in the mic position. But that's why they lost that game. That's why they ran full shot over us, is because one of your best, and yes, he's a rookie. I get that. But he's also one of your best players right now. I
Give
don't
give
I don't
me
understand.
give me some perspective on something you just said, Miguel. Um, or let me put this out there for you, and you tell me your thoughts. Starting starting versus number of snaps. What would
Okay.
be more important to you? I mean, I don't know how many snaps either one of them plays. I'm not trying to set you up or anything. I'm just asking the question.
So yeah, I get in that respect. I mean, starting snaps is that's different because he may have less snaps depending on the type of defense that they're running, based on the offense that they're facing. However, I believe he only had one snap on defense. All the rest of his snaps were on special teams,
Really?
at least on the Friday game. But it's been a decrease over the last few weeks since N'Kobe Dean came back. And again, to me, logically, okay, it could be because they play the same position and N'Kobe Dean has a little bit more seniority. Campbell's a little bit of he is a rookie, so they're probably trying to do it that way. But it's like to play no snaps that on defense, it just makes no sense to me. So like for instance,
No,
against
no,
the
no, I'm sorry. I just want to go back to something you said. You said that they ranked him the fifth best linebacker in the league or fifth best rookie linebacker. What was it?
what he was it was sixth best linebacker based on some sort of stat. I can't remember the exact
Okay,
stat.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Um, so November 10th against the Packers, he had five combined tackles, three assisted tackles. Against the Lions the following week, two combos, one assisted tackle, and then against the Cowboys, he only had one combo tackle. And then he had no tackles in whatchamacallit against the Bears. And then I read today Vic Fangio admits that Jahad Campbell should have played meaningful snaps. So right there, there's your answer. I
My
just
follow-up question would have been, well, why didn't he? I'm
right,
sure you.
and you're right, and I'm sure it has to from a psychological thing. It has to. It may just be that he's a rookie. Maybe they thought he needed some rest, but it's like you're playing pro football, National Football League football. Find rest somewhere else. You know what I mean? Plus, you got N'Kobe Dean back.
He said, "Find rest somewhere else."
I'm just saying, like, there's other ways to do it, but no. But sometimes the reasons are like literally right there, but we want to focus on the one glaring thing, which is the offense. But even in the offense, everybody's still just glossing over the offensive line. You got a center with a bad back. Lane Johnson's out for however long he's out with a leg issue. So you've already downgraded two Pro Bowl positions. Landon Dickerson's a third. So it's like that's the source of your issue is your offensive line.
You know what a lot of people aren't saying? Some people are saying it, but not in the mass. There's not a lot of fingers being pointed at Jeff Stoutland. Because not only is Jeff Stoutland the offensive line coach, he's also the run game coordinator. And the
Right.
run game has been butt this year.
But again, how much can you put on him? It's one thing. You can't put anything on Stoutland. He's taken he literally resurrected Becton's career. Remember, he was a throwaway from the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Resurrected his career in 2 seasons. I'm sure there's other
It was one
stories,
season, wasn't it?
huh?
Wasn't it one season?
One or two, whatever it was.
One season, turned around one season, I believe.
Right, they gave up on him quick, which is more telling about the Jets than anything. Um, the Jets are just like the toilet paper of the NFL. But
I was
my
saying Stoutland turned around one season. I'm sorry. Were you saying the Jets kind of gave up on him in
yeah,
two seasons?
The Jets gave up on him really early, which was kind of surprising, at least based on how he looked with us. Um, but you can't blame Stoutland if players are injured. Like, it's one thing if everybody is 100% healthy, like they were last year. When everybody was 100% healthy, you saw it. How many home runs? How many home run touchdowns did Saquon have? Like what, 7, 8? How many games did he rush for 100, 200 yards? You know what I mean? When you have cracks in your foundation, this is what happens. You can't. I don't even know that you can blame anybody for that. It's just the nature of the NFL.
Nature of the game.
And me personally, it's so hard to repeat in the NFL, as you've seen with the Chiefs trying to go for three in a row. They got two in a row, as you've seen with the Patriots, who I believe only had two in a row once or twice, but otherwise it's been like every 2 or 3 years. It's so hard to repeat as champions in today's NFL. I wasn't expecting a back-to-back Super Bowl. It would have been nice, but I just, as a Philadelphia fan, born and raised in Philadelphia,
Attention, please. I was expecting another championship. I am expective of another championship this year with the Birds. I want back to back in my lifetime.
so it's
And I'm
not
not
enough.
talking union. I'm not talking whatever arena league. Because the arena league team, I think, went back to back. They
So
don't.
so are you saying that growing up as a Philadelphia sports fan and never having even sniffed the Super Bowl in our lifetime, in the first 40 years of our life, now we finally win one. Now you're picking and choosing to win back to back or bust, or it's is it
Well, you took a sip, so I'm going to take a sip.
that's unfair? That's a gulp from a gallon.
So, okay. So let me answer that question by saying I'm trying to talk about myself without making me sound as bad as what I'm going to say.
You can't do that because you're still an Embiid fan.
I'm greedy because I still
See?
want more. I want a dynasty. Like, listen, I know it's not feasible. Let me get this out my way. I know it's not feasible. I know it's not feasible.
It's
But
not. It's not even.
I'm expecting my team when they're good to win a championship every year. That's why I'm so disappointed. Maybe that's why I don't watch as much as I used to because I've been so disappointed in so many. Yes, I didn't see a championship in this city. Sixers don't count because I was too young to really know what was going on. I think I was like one. When did they win? 83?
83.
I was about to turn two. So that doesn't count. So it wasn't until 2008 in which I was 27 years old. So it took me 27 years to see a championship in this city. And then the team goes right back the next year. And I'm like, oh, they could go back to back. And they lose. They lost to a better team. They lost to a monster. I was like, okay. Well, maybe I'll see them win twice in this. But we know how that went. And I was like, all right. I've told you before on the show, I was very close to just believing that the Eagles will not win the Super Bowl in my lifetime, and I was kind of content with it. And then they did. And then they did it again, right? So when they did it the first time, I was like, oh, it's possible. It's possible. But then it was like a few years, like we were supposed to be kind of good at that time, but we kind of fell off. Coach gets fired, all like that. And I was like, all right, well, it's probably going to be like another 20-something years before I see another Super Bowl. Okay. All right. But then they went to the Super Bowl and they lost. And I was like, yo, this team's kind of good. This team's kind of good. We might see another Super Bowl. And then we won a Super Bowl last year. So that's 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime, in which I thought I was going to see none. I want more. Yo, if any Eagles fan out there right now, if you want to see more championships, just put in the chat, y'all. I want more. I want to see y'all put in the chat, I want more. If you're not an Eagles fan and you're a Steelers fan or Cowboys fan or whatever fan you might be, just put I want more in the chat. Because I really believe that you guys are with me in wanting this team to go back to back and expecting this team to go back to back. Even though Miguel says, and we all kind of know, it's difficult to do. This team was poised for it. Yes, we lost a lot in the offseason. Mekhi Becton being the biggest loss. And it kind of feels like Slay is another loss. We'll get to him in a second. Because that side of the field has been rough on that side of the field, opposite of Quinyon. Monroe said, I want more. Damn right. I want more. Damn right. I want more too. Real quick, Darius Slay Jr. got released by the Steelers today, or was it yesterday? He got released by the Steelers. He got picked up off waivers by the Buffalo Bills. There was a lot of talk of like, oh yeah, the Eagles should go after Slay, bring him back. I wouldn't have minded. I mean, he's about to retire his last season. I wouldn't have minded because he knows the system, he knows the guys, he knows the locker room. And if he could we know he's not going to stay healthy. I don't mean to laugh, but we just kind of know, like, okay, he'll probably come off the field a time or two. I think he would have been good in our backfield, in our defensive backfield. There probably should be a pause in there somewhere. I feel like there should be a pause in there, so I'm gonna just pause that. Just pause that because I don't know if he should be good in our backfield, but where was I going with that? I done lost my train of thought.
I mean, he would have been an upgrade to Adobe Jackson, which when you type his name in a text message, it autocorrects to Adobe.
Yes, it does. It does autocorrect to Adobe.
So I call him Adobe Jackson.
I saw that in the text message. I was like, I wonder if he did that because I know how you like to mess up somebody's name. I was like, I wonder if he did that on purpose or was that like spell correct or whatever it's called. Autocorrect. Thank you. Let's move on because we ain't got all night. And I just want to touch on some things. There's not things that we need to talk about. We talked about what we need to talk about is the Eagles. But like I said before, Miguel said he's stumping me today. And he has some videos. I think you got videos too, don't you? Some videos for y'all to enjoy. And he said if I get this, he's going to completely think differently about the man that I am today. But EJ said, just go ahead and say it's our year. Sounds really familiar.
So, little context: that EJ character is a coworker. Yeah, he's a Cowboys fan. Well, let's put him in the correct context. He's a Cowboy cockroach. Haven't heard.
He's not from Dallas.
No. I don't know if he is or isn't. I don't care. But him and another person who has been blowing up my Instagram with cowboy stuff. All of a sudden,
Right.
not week one, but what week are we on? All of a sudden it's all cow. There's people coming out of the rat holes on Bel Air Road here in Baltimore, coming out from the gutters of the Inner Harbor, all of a sudden dusting off their 1996 blockbuster rented videos of the '96 Super Bowl and stuff like that, and all the cocaine in Nate Newton's truck,
Mm.
and all the hookers in Michael Irvin's house. They're digging all that up and coming out,
You
and
just getting all your stuff off today, huh?
I'm just it's
Well,
just funny.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because this is going to mean a lot, and I hope what I'm thinking is what is the correct thing, and I can say, well done, Miguel. After week one, did you send them a whole bunch of stuff to their Instagram about us beating them?
Of course I do.
So basically, you're getting it back now.
Correct, but I start from week one. Actually, that gentleman was at my house, and I have a picture of him down in a bottle of Ciroc in disappointment. But whatever. Um,
That was a game Eagles should have lost.
the one.
I just try. I keep it real
How
for the
many
most.
games last year should the Eagles have lost?
Don't remember they won the Super Bowl.
Exactly my point.
They won the Super Bowl. So, and you know what they did? Like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, like 6 years ago. Before that, they won the Super Bowl again. You know who won the Super Bowl the year before the Eagles won the Super Bowl the first time? Like, you just know, you don't have to think about it. Just do you know? Yes or no? Just off the top of your head.
It was the
Yes or
Patriots.
no? Yes or no? Because it's taking too long.
It's
It
the
wasn't
Patriots. It was the Patriots.
okay. Well, I mean, it took you too long. I just wanted a yes no if you just knew.
Okay, first off, I just turned 46, not 26. So things are, things don't happen that quick anymore, my friend.
Listen,
So,
you ain't been 46 that long.
but I've been 45 for a damn year. So,
Well, either way, to the resident Cowboy fan, welcome to the show, EJ. But what I was getting at, Miguel, was the year before the Eagles won the Super Bowl,
Mhm,
the Cowboys didn't.
correct.
The year before the Patriots won that Super Bowl before the Eagles, the Cowboys didn't.
Touche.
And we could probably say that about 30 more times
Hmm.
before we can say, yes, they did. But we ain't got that kind of time. We don't have the kind of time to go back year by year to get to where the Cowboys were. We don't have that kind of time. Time is money. We don't have that kind of time. So I just leave it at that. Welcome to all my Cowboys fans. And you know, Miguel, this is my first time on this show talking smack about the Cowboys.
I know. I've been trying to get you to do it for the first couple of years. You refuse to do it.
Because because like karma and stuff.
Okay, it's been Carmen for the last 30 years.
I needed to continue. I needed 30 more years. At least. All right. Oh, and by the way, EJ, just let me put this back up there. Just go ahead and say it's our year. Sounds really familiar. It does sound familiar because that's what you guys say every year.
For the past 30 years.
At least. At least. All right. Real quick mentions before we get into our videos. All right. Sixers were fined $100,000 for Embiid's injury report. I believe it was Sunday. They played the Atlanta Hawks. And he was actually listed as He was actually listed as out, and he ended
Dude,
up playing in the game.
the Sixers. You know my disdain for basketball, let alone this. The Sixers are just such a stupidly run organization. What remember when they were threatening to leave Philadelphia for that brief period when they weren't going to get the new arena?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I was like, good, get the hell out of here.
yeah. That's because you're not an NBA fan, though.
But it's not even that. If it's their ownership is, you see the here in Baltimore because we're so close to DC. Josh Harris is also the co-owner of the Washington Commodores or the Concolines, whatever the hell you want to call them. And all you, huh?
Concubines.
Concubines, the Washington Concubines, and all you see is him. He's got this stupid look on his face. He's got a punchable face. He's got an annoying voice. He owns what the DC Cram Crackers, the New Jersey Devils in hockey, the Sixers in basketball. He owns like
So let me let you in on something that people you're talking about Josh Harris.
Josh Harris. Yes.
What you're talking about is see the people that understand this, Miguel, are people like Josh Harris and me. Like me and Josh Harris have the same kind of money, right? So I couldn't even keep a straight face.
I was gonna say, can
But
I borrow
he
your
doesn't.
money?
So okay. Let's go down the list of what you just said. New Jersey Devils, rival of the Philadelphia Flyers, right?
Right.
Philadelphia 76ers, rivals to
Brooklyn
Boston
Nets.
Celtics, I guess.
Boston.
But you
Brooklyn
got
Nets.
like the Knicks,
Mhm.
the Wizards, and if the Wizards were, I went to the game last night. They played the Wizards. If the Wizards were ever like good again, then you got the Washington Commodores, and they're rivals of. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is he wasn't clapping for the teams. He don't give a damn. He's clapping for the money that he knows he's going to make. That's what he's clapping for. He don't give a damn about the Sixers, the Devils, or the Washington Football Club. He don't care. He
Mhm.
don't care. He's trying to make that money. He wants that I-95 corridor locked down.
And to his credit, because the Sixers are going to get a new arena in South Philly, the 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 Crap Crammers are actually they've signed to officially go back to the old RFK Stadium, which will probably be named the Trump Dome. So he's getting everything that he wants, huh?
It's crazy that wow. Um, EJ wanted to tell you it was tequila, not Ciroc. He ain't Diddy. He said he ain't Diddy. I ain't drinking no damn Ciroc. Oh man. All right. Hit us up. Hit us up if you want to if you have any opinions on some of the things we said. We got a few more mentions. Hit us up 669-275-0548. Or of course you can hit us on our text line at 484-606-6061. I should probably keep my eye on the text line too. I'm just talking about it, but I haven't there we go. Okay.
You know,
Um
I'm gonna pose a challenge to that EJ character
uh-oh.
to be a man and come on the show as our resident cowboy, whatever you want to call yourself. Because I've called out Cowboys fans that I know of to say your stuff on here. You don't have to DM me or whatever, but come on the show. Let's talk about it.
All right. Might have to put that on social media. Might have to do a live on social media with that one. Couple more mentions. Chris Paul and the Clippers are parting ways. Chris Paul is in like what his 20th season, 20th NBA season,
How
something
long has
like
he been
that.
on the Clippers?
So he was on the Clippers for 6 seasons, and then went other places. And he signed this year
Okay.
in the summer, and he had announced like this was going to be his final NBA season. Um, Crazy thing is, he wasn't getting much playing time with the. We'll get to that, EJ. He didn't. He wasn't getting much playing time with the Clippers, right? But he played all 82 games with the San Antonio Spurs last year. So you went from somebody that can play all 82 games to somebody that's not really getting on the court in this. I don't. I think there's a Miguel. I'm telling you right now, there's more to this story. I think there's a lot more to this story coming out. There's talk that the Clippers coach Tyrone Lue and Chris Paul have not even spoken to each other over the past couple of weeks, at least. Um, I'm not going to speculate, but I have been told that Ty Lue was at some of those poker games. Now, I was told he wasn't playing. I was told he wasn't playing poker, but he wasn't there. This is what I've been told. EJ said he said, wait, and it took y'all how long to actually win the Super Bowl since being in the NFL? Well, let's put it this way, EJ. It took us what 40 something years? No, don't even, Miguel. Don't even. Don't no, not yet. I'll let you do it because it counts. But he did say Super Bowl, so I'm gonna just put it like that because a lot of the fans of that team do not realize that the NFL existed prior to the Super Bowl, and there was championships won prior to the championship being called the Super Bowl. It used to be called the NFL Championship, and then they just changed the name. And what a lot of fans of those teams have to realize is it's still the champ. But anyway, I digress. It took us, Miguel, help me out. Was it 48, 49 years to win the Super Bowl? 49, right?
Sure.
Something like that. 48 or 49 years. I don't want to cheat you, EJ. So I'll just say 49. Took us 49 years. But guess what, EJ? What you probably don't realize is y'all getting close to that 49 years. You got to get to 30 before you can get to 40. And y'all at 30. So what you might be feeling right now is what we felt, right? Because for 49 years, for 49 years, Cowboys fans would tell us what how many what where y'all rings at, where y'all Super Bowls at, how many trophies y'all got? Goose said a name change doesn't negate previous championships. So look here. It took us 40. Hold on, Miguel. Don't put it down because I'm about to go to it. Don't put it down. It took us 49 years to win a Super Bowl, a Super Bowl. Just to answer your question, and it has taken y'all at least 30, at least 30 to get close. To get close. And we've won. We've been to. Wow, I'm just thinking about it. Wow, I didn't think about this, Miguel. We've been to one, two. We've been to four Super Bowls since they won their last Super Bowl. Miguel, hold up the plaque. Now, I want you to gather around, class. What Coach Santa is holding right there is all of the Eagles championships. Now, as I stated earlier, before it was called a Super Bowl, because they changed the name for marketing purposes, it was called NFL Championship. And as you can see there, 1948, they beat Vince Lombardi's Green Bay Packers. in 1948.
Incorrect.
And
60.
Huh?
60 was Vince Lombardi. Vince
60.
Lombardi.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. My bad. I was getting my head of myself. They won back to back in 48, 49. I'm sorry. Then they beat Vince Lombardi's Packers just before it was called a Super Bowl. And Vince Lombardi and his Packers had not lost the championship up until that point. And who did it? The Eagles. And of course, 2017 and 2024. I'm not going to talk about those because you can actually probably like YouTube those and get very good quality picture. Whereas, and look and see, I'm going to talk about this almost 9:00. You can get very quality picture if you look at, the Eagles Super Bowl championships. Whereas if you look at, I'll just say other teams Super Bowl championships that haven't won in a while, you might have to fix the tracking on it. And for y'all youngins that don't know what the tracking is, that's what you had to like kind of adjust on the VCR to get those lines to stop going like that. You had to fix the tracking. Oh, and Leslie said she stated from my comment from earlier, it's not greedy to want the best from your team.
Amen.
Absolutely right. All right, back to the mentions because y'all done took me off my tangent. Former NBA center Eldon Campbell passed away on the yesterday. Actually, he played 15 seasons in the NBA. He was drafted by the Lakers. Played. He was like the leading. I think he's the all-time leading scorer at Clemson University. Played with the Lakers. Played with Shaq and Kobe, and also beat them in the NBA Finals in 2004 when he was playing for. Detroit Pistons. Thank you. Played for a few other teams, but yeah, man, gone too soon. Eldon Campbell, 52 years old, passing away. There's no, at the time that I was putting the show together, there had been no mention of his cause of death. But Leslie said, of course I want more. So shout out to her. With that being said, rest in peace, Eldon Campbell. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that and see what I'm interested in knowing what happened with that. That's the name you just haven't really heard in a while. Leslie still chiming in. She said, "I expect greatness, not wanting more than what you have just because of where you're from, is crabs in the barrel mentality." Yeah. How about it? Miguel,
Sir.
you got some videos for us before we get to stumping.
So here's what I was thinking. Because we were a little backed up and a couple of weeks had gone by, I was going to run right through them, just one at a time. As soon as one's done, I'm going to click on the next one. And,
Okay.
We'll just do it
All right.
that way. So
Let's do it. No introduction. No, we're just going to do it, right?
Furthermore, I might provide a little light commentary, but nothing major.
Well, I'm going to mute myself, take my feet up off the floor, and let you have it.
All righty. So this one's labeled. You got me? Volume up.
Holy shit!
Unafraid of the power. Oh! And down goes Sean! B. Dave! Flatlines Rod Short's son in round one.
Ben, he should have been afraid of the power. That's not how you fight him. Unbelievable. Sits him down in the...
You go. Oh! It's off.
Lee McNeil, NC State. DJ Reader, Grimsley High School. Tyler Lacey, Dallas, Texas.
Alex Anzalone, father of 2.
Where the running back Gary Dupree gets into the open field. But here's the best thing. Where the running back Gary Dupree gets into the open field. But here's the best news. Look at you need help with the freshman wide receiver. You've got to commit to the bit.
Si te quieres divertir, con encanto y con primor, solo tienes que vivir un verano en
I got this. I got this.
Hey, hey. Catch a case, don't snitch, that's Mando. Ride for the click, that's Mando.
Last one.
She know what she wanted and had to go get it without being caught. Guess that. Guess that.
Well, let me just go ahead. For a few of them Jones. Good Lord. That was crazy. All right, EJ's still talking his smack as if his team won within the past 30 years. Yeah, he said it took y'all 40 compared to R12 for a Super Bowl. Well, let's put it this way. If you wouldn't put it like that, you're right. But y'all ain't win any NFL championships. So,
which we did in 13 years or something to that effect. So,
and he also says, and yes, I know about the championships before the merger, but none of us were alive during that time.
hey, guess what? Half of us weren't alive for the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
There are a lot of people that were not alive when the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl.
You know
if
what?
you are under the age of 30, you were not alive the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
I will say, though, there has been an increase in crackheads wearing cowboy gear and keeping them warm at night. I even saw one dude that had all the championships listed on the back of his leather coat, but the coat was so old that some of the years just looked like serial numbers.
So just a quick mention, Miguel, I don't know. This might have been the year that when we were coaching together at the high school. Oh, speaking of which, if I say that, the video you played with the guy in the batting cage and it bounced off and hit the guy that was throwing, actually, that happened. I saw that happen to somebody when I was coaching at DCC.
Oh, wow.
And it hit him right in his eye. I actually saw that happen. Now I forgot what I was about to say earlier. Oh, well. Happens when you turn 44, right?
Yeah, wait till you turn 46. Stuff
Yeah, I'm
starts to
scared.
drop.
I'm scared. I'm scared of that. But Miguel said he stumped me today, so let's get to it. Now, this is part of the show. If you don't know, this is the part of the show where Miguel picks out. Oh my God, Miguel picks out a player from basketball, football, baseball, hockey. We might have did hockey before too. I think once, maybe.
We've never done hockey. We
Okay, I'm
should.
lying. You should have just let me get away with it. Keep the lie alive. Keep the lie alive. And this is the part of the show where I close the phone lines. Y'all can still hit the text line 24 hours a day. But I close the phone lines and I don't look at the chat because I don't want to be given the answer. Okay, but we're okay. So here's what we got. This person is a 2-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time All Pro. He's a Hall of Famer. He's on a 1980s Hall of Fame. Is that what that is?
Yes.
Hall of Fame 1980s, Hall of Fame 1990s, 2-time Super Bowl champ. So the teams it looks like, I'm going to say we're looking at the Giants, the Rams, the Washington.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay. They weren't that color yet. Green Bay,
The Packers of Green Bay.
the Eagles,
hmm
and then the Rams.
The Rams again, because remember the Rams played in 2 different cities.
With Giants first. Okay. Are you able to give me?
No, I'm joking.
Are you able to give me the without giving it away? Are you able to give me the position this person played? Because I'm looking at. I'm thinking quarterback.
Okay. Special teams.
Damn it! Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Special teams. A kicker on the special teams.
I can't tell you that information
It
is
better not be a holder or a long snapper. Oh, we gonna fight.
That's not, he's not
Giants, Rams, Tampa Bay, Green Bay.
There's not too many Pro Bowl snappers, by the way, sir.
I wouldn't know because I don't know none of their names except for John Dornbos. Giants, Rams, LA Rams, and then St. Louis Rams.
Yes. So the lighter blue, the lighter yellow, that's Los Angeles. The darker blue,
Right.
the darker gold is St. Louis. Yes.
St. Louis. So you got the Giants, the Rams, Tampa Bay. No, because he played for Arizona.
Hey, you gotta play. You gotta play the thing.
What thing? This thing?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get it before that music's over. I'm trying to think. Did he ever play for the? No, he didn't play. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know who it is, but I can't think of it. Is it? I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who it is. I'm smiling hard, so I hope I'm right. Is it Jeff Fiegels?
No.
Damn. Am I all right? Can I ask you if it's a punter or a kicker? A punter or a field goal kicker?
You probably get it if I will say this. He's not a field goal kicker, but he has kicked field goals in emergency situations.
So it's not a punter, right?
He's not a field goal kicker.
And it's not Jeff Fiegels, huh?
Correct.
You sure it's not Jeff Fiegels? Saying somebody put something in the chat. I'm not going into the chat, but somebody put something in there. But can you go into the chat? Are you able to see if that person is right? If they put a name?
He didn't put a name. It was EJ talking about 43, and he was alive for them. So,
Okay.
it's for the championships.
Yeah, that's just like a Cowboys fan being late. 80s Hall of Fame, 90s Hall of Fame, special team. And you said he did kick the ball.
Correct.
We already did. I know it's not. I know it's not. We already did Brian Mitchell. But I know it's not Brian Mitchell. Brian Mitchell played for Washington. Washington's not up there. Oh, I'm trying to think. It wasn't a dude with a half a foot, was it? No, that was way before this.
So this particular player played exactly 20 years. So he played over 3 decades.
So it's definitely a kicker because kickers are the only ones that play football that doggone long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Jeff Fiegel. I'm trying to think of some of the kickers the Eagles have had. Now, this is not going to necessarily help me. No, he played for the Cowboys at one point. But can you tell me the year or years they played for the Eagles?
Early 2000s and the year after the Super Bowl.
After
the Eagles Super Bowl.
Miguel, you know that we've been to 4 Super Bowls since like 2000, so
right, which is more than the Dallas Cowboys because they don't know how to get out.
Right, and we also went to one in the 80s. So which Super Bowl are you talking about after?
I apologize, sir. Let me correctly say that it was the Super Bowl in 2004, which is also the year that they also did not win the Super Bowl.
But they were there.
They were in the stands watching the Eagles.
I'm talking about the Eagles. The Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles were actually, believe it or not, Miguel, that year the Eagles were actually NFC champions. Yeah, you got me on this one, man.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, but I know people like get this over with. I feel like I know it. It's not Chris Bone, y'all. Not Jeff Fiegels. Akers, we already had Akers because that's
he was not a punter.
Oh, so it's a punter.
I told you he didn't kick field goals only in emergencies. So you have to deduce that he primarily was.
Were they from the United States?
Yes.
Excuse me.
He's from let's see. Oh, he's from Baltimore. Went to Towson.
Baltimore, having big fun.
He went to Towson University. How about that?
You got me. You got me on this one. I feel like I should really know this though. Let me ask you this. 2-time Super Bowl champion. What teams?
The Rams and the Giants. Or I should say the Giants and the Rams.
Giants in the 80s, Rams in what, 2000? Was that 2000?
We'll see on that team. I guess
Who was the punter for the Giants back then? Landetta. Sean Landetta. That's the name. Tell me I'm right, because that's the name I couldn't remember. Sean Landetta. There we go. Yes. Yes. I'm glad it popped in my head. I could not. I could see him and his jerk, but I could not think of his name, and I couldn't even think of it. Just going. I ain't got no more juice.
So he won the Super Bowl. He won with the Giants, and his other Super Bowl was actually with. Is that right? Green Bay? Let me see.
You said the Giants and the Rams.
Right, but that would have been 2000, 2001, but he was on the Eagles from 99 until 2002. Oh, the 03 Rams won, didn't they? With Kurt Warner?
Was that 03? That wasn't 03. No. The Rams after the Rams won in like 99, 2000. That's when they beat the Tennessee Titans. They lost the next year to the Patriots and Tom Brady, and then they never went back.
Oh, so then he won. Okay. He won both of his Super Bowls with the Giants, 87 and 91.
Gotcha. So do you think differently of me now?
No.
It took me a while.
Took you like 14 minutes.
That's because you pick old random dudes that kick the ball that people go to the bathroom when they're on the field. I mean, like when they're home, they go to the bathroom in their house.
They don't go to the bathroom on the field.
They go to the bathroom at their house because they know the commercial about to come on.
Just for clarity's sake.
All right. All right. Well, look, Miguel doesn't think any differently of me because it took me too long to figure it out. And for the record, no, I didn't know it, but I didn't know it because I couldn't remember his name. Once the name popped in my head, I knew who it was, but I just could not remember the guy's name.
I did not know he was from Baltimore, though.
I didn't either.
Born and raised and went to Towson, went to Lock Raven High School.
Lock Raven. All right. Well, look, we're going to get up out of here. We want to thank y'all for hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast with myself and, of course, my man Baltimore down in
Baltimore, having big fun.
Did I call you Baltimore?
You called me Baltimore, so that's going to be my new stage name, Miguel Baltimore.
Miguel Baltimore. That's actually not a bad. It's not bad. You should go for that. There was a rapper named Charlie Baltimore, so she was from Philly as well. So
it beats when I was called by somebody was scheduling a shipment thing back to me, and she said loud and wrong, "Can I speak to that Manuel?" I'm like, "Do you mean Miguel?" "Yeah, him." I'm him. It's fine.
He's him. Miguel is him. Look, we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast. Even the Cowboys fans. We love having fun with y'all. It's all love. It's all NFL love. And Miguel, don't make that mistake no more, man. He was drinking tequila, not Ciroc.
I apologize. You know, there was no baby oil was harmed during the filming of this episode.
And on that note, we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us on the Check Swing Podcast. We'll talk to y'all next time right here next week on the Check Swing Podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Until we meet again.